For 16 years, former ESPN reporter Steele had her dream job covering the biggest events in sports until sparking a firestorm over remarks criticizing the company's vaccine mandate. Steele says she faced retaliation for those remarks and is now speaking out after settling her lawsuit 2 years later. Listen.
I didn't know what my line was until it was crossed. And then I knew I had to make the hardest decision of my life, to fight back against the company that I love my job. When you stand up and you have a lawsuit, you know that that's going to go away. And I was so scared, but I knew that I had to push through that fear and fight, or else shut up and stay silent.
Our next guests know all about the fight for basic rights. Former NCAA swimmer Riley Gaines joins us now, along with former NBA player and activist Enes Kanter Freedom. I'll start with you, Bill. First of all, welcome to both of you, and I'll start with you, Riley. You know what it's like to face that moral, personal dilemma and know that if you make that call to do what you think is right, you're going to face some pretty serious repercussions. Tell us about what you thought about that interview, and especially in light of what you faced.
I think Sage is so amazing. There are so very few people, whether that's in sports, in academia, in corporate America, in the medical profession, even in the church, there are so very few people willing to stand for what is right. But Sage is one of those. She's someone who I go to for advice. She's someone who inspires me to keep going. We need more people like Sage. And if I was a woman working at ESPN, especially in light of how they've approached this women's sports issue, I'd walk out.
Yeah, she is an incredible woman. I met her very early in my career as well, and have been really just in awe of what she's accomplished, and especially what she did in this case. Enes, you did something similar. What did you think?
You know, being in this professional sports world for lots of years, I know from firsthand that, she's fearless. She's amazing of what she's doing. And she's one brave woman. And I applaud and proud of her work that trying to hold people and companies accountable. Unfortunately, the cancel culture is real in the sports world, and you cannot really say how you feel or what you want to say, or you will get canceled. So that's why it's so hard for athletes to come out and say something, because they know you're going to lose endorsement deals, you're going to lose lots of money and stuff. So I just want to say, I applaud her work, and I think what she's doing is amazing, because she's becoming a role model for many reporters and many athletes out there who wants to come out and say something.
I want to play you another clip from the interview. There were so many, it was hard to pick which one, but here's one of her talking about her love for America.
For you, one thing is true: stand up for your beliefs, number two, and you also love your country.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why that's a bad thing these days. And you know what? I'm over it. For so many years, I was quiet, and I was that disease of being a pleaser. I would get quiet because I was afraid to ruffle feathers. And then I was being a hypocrite to my own kids who were watching closely. So it was time. I have a very strong faith, one that I also kept private for a long time. And no more of that. I would not be standing right now, sitting literally, I guess, without God and my faith in him and my family.
Riley, boy, those words have to resonate with you. You've been such a role model to so many people standing up for women and women's rights in sports. What did you think? Her faith, her family, is that what got you through too?
Absolutely. And let me just say, I love how she mentioned she was being a pleaser. I think that's really important, especially for us as women. We tend to be more compassionate and emotionally driven and apologetic. And she found herself in that case. I did as well. When all of this started happening, I felt like I had to adhere to the guidelines and use the pronouns and all of that nonsense. So that first and foremost, but secondly, her faith. I just love that she mentioned that. It's not talked about enough. And me personally, as a Christian, that's what this is. These battles that I'm facing, that Sage has faced, they're spiritual battles. And so for her to take a strong stand in her faith, as well as loving her country, which again, those two things, how can they be controversial? It's really amazing. And again, we don't see enough people doing that.
Well, both of you are heroes to me, and you've kicked down doors through using your voice and your courage for so many other people who are looking up to you and are just so sick and tired of being silent and having to just follow the narrative that, you know, somebody says they have to believe or do. You both are just incredible people. You can catch more of Riley and Ennis tonight on Outkick on Fox. It's a special that's airing on Fox News at 10 p.m. That show is hosted by Charlie, Clay, Travis, and I believe Tommy Lahren. So you got to catch that. That's a new special. And both Riley and Ennis Cantor will be on there tonight, or Ennis Cantor Freedom. I love your last name. So we're going to keep saying that. Thank you both for joining us.